Nicaragua is a country rich in traditions and culture. Located in the heart of Central America, it is the ideal destination for people looking for something different and unique. Your experience when visiting Nicaragua will be unforgettable. You'll learn the customs and traditions of its indigenous ancestors, which are still present in the daily life of the Nicaraguan people, widely known for their charisma, kindness, and hospitality. In Nicaragua, there are many cities where you can enjoy the different handicrafts, music, food, and religious expressions. Masaya, located 27 kilometers south of the capital, is a place where thousands of years ago Darien tribes settled. It still remains a living example of the popular artisan traditions of those times. The majority of Nicaraguan folkloric dances originated here. These street performances depict the fusion of the two different cultures and the mixing of the Spanish conquerors and indigenous peoples. For this reason, Masaya is the self-proclaimed birthplace of Nicaraguan folklore. Here it's common to witness the weaving of traditional hammocks handmade by families who have converted their homes into quaint artisan workshops. Another popular attraction is the Old Town Hall, one of Nicaragua's oldest architectural structures. It has since been turned into an artisan market where you can find beautiful hammocks, leather goods, ceramics, handicrafts, semi-precious stones, and primitivist paintings. Should all this shopping make you hungry, don't hesitate to enjoy some delicious local dishes. Not far from Masaya are a series of small villages known as Los Pueblos Blancos. Before colonization, this area was inhabited by the Chorotega and Nagradanos tribes, and today these villages are still some of Nicaragua's most colorful, interestingly characterized by their great artistic talents and craftsmanship inherited from their ancestors. The most renowned town for its craftsmanship is San Juan de Oriente, which main economic activity is the production and selling of ceramics. The creation of these ceramics, many of which portray pre-Columbian motifs, is a family tradition and passed on from generation to generation to encourage and preserve the cultural roots inherited by the Chorotega ancestors, who used to engrave their stories, landscapes, events, and mathematical points in the stone.
Nosotros estamos mostrando lo que hace miles y miles de años nuestros ancestros los legaron y que hoy lo estamos demostrando al mundo, al turista, para que venga a darse cuenta de la belleza, de las riquezas que posee Nicaragua.
In a small family-owned workshop, artisans mold and paint clay creatively. It is also common to find people making bamboo baskets in their own back patios. Granada, also known as La Gran Sultana, was founded in 1524 by Francisco Hernandez de Córdoba. As the oldest city in Nicaragua, Granada is a destination one must see, especially for those interested in discovering its rich history, beautiful colonial architecture, and old monuments that give the city a particular feel for times long past. Like most colonial cities in Latin America, the city center is comprised of a central park surrounded by the town's grandest and most important buildings. Granada's Central Park acts as both a main meeting point for the locals and a great place for tourists to find local handicrafts, traditional food, and lively music. One of the best ways to acquaint yourself with the city is by taking a long stroll through its vibrant streets and/or visit its many attractions by a horse-drawn carriage. One place you must visit is the Convento San Francisco. It is one of the city's oldest structures and is presently housing a museum filled with relics and photos of the past. Taking a tour through the convent, you will be fascinated by the city's complex history, including the impact of William Walker, who invaded the city in 1855, as well as the lives of the indigenous people who have long inhabited the area before the arrival of Columbus. The most impressive artifacts on display are a series of large pre-Columbian statues discovered on a nearby island named Zapatera. They're estimated to have been sculpted between 1800 and 1200 AD. Though it would suffice, the charm of Granada is not limited to the city center. Immediately to the east are the shores of the vast Lake Nicaragua, and just to the south is the towering peak of Mombacho volcano. Both offer a wide variety of options for outdoor enthusiasts. Another city equally recognized for its history is the colonial university town of León. Along with Granada, it's one of the most important cities in Nicaragua, and yet another place where culture and long-surviving traditions meet. Walking around its streets, you'll immediately encounter kind people seated outside the very homes that make León unique and full of charm. These single-story colonial homes are characterized by their thick adobe walls, detailed wood and ironwork, and red clay tiled roofs that give the city its personality. Within a short walking distance are numerous colonial churches that give the religious sentiment to its population. The greatest of these, and the most important in Nicaragua, is the Basilica Catedral de la Asunción. If its sheer magnitude doesn't captivate you enough, take a rooftop tour where you can enjoy the architecture and views, which surely will. Beside one of the towering columns of the main nave is the tomb of Nicaragua's greatest poet, Rubén Darío, as well as other great poets such as Salomón de la Selva, Alfonso Cortés, Miguel Larrinaga, and José de la Cruz Mena. Nicaragua has many places where you can see and experience its history, but Chinandega, a city located to the west of Managua, has a museum with the best exhibition of Chorotega artifacts. Some pre-Columbian pieces date far back as 500 BC. The island of Ometepe, located in the middle of Lake Nicaragua, is comprised of two uniquely different volcanoes by an isthmus and is considered to be one of the new wonders of the world. On the slopes of these volcanoes are many indigenous sanctuaries characterized by, among other things, the intricately chiseled petroglyphs that have been well maintained over the years. Through these petroglyphs, our indigenous ancestors expressed their ideas, religious beliefs, and knowledge of astrology through a variety of symbols, geometric forms, and human and animal forms. Differing from the majestic cities which finally illustrate the country's colonial past, the Caribbean coast of Nicaragua is a region where old indigenous traditions are still widely prevalent in today's daily life. Divided into two autonomous regions, which nearly constitutes for 1/3 of the country's entire territory, this region has its own customs, as unique and as eclectic as the people who inhabit their small isolated villages, who come from Afro-Indigenous roots and ethnic groups such as Mosquitos, Ramas, Creoles, Jarifanos, and Mestizos. This part of the country was never formally occupied by the Spanish. However, the English did have strong presence, which helped create a region of multi-ethnic and multilingual peoples who speak English, Creole, Spanish, Mosquito, as well as other local dialects. Bluefields is the largest city on Nicaragua's Caribbean coast, and best known for exemplifying the local traditions. The best time to visit is in May, when all the different ethnicities come together to celebrate the beginning of the rainy season and convert the streets into a grand exhibition of colorful traditional dances. Careli Tours invites you to visit the Caribbean coast, Nicaragua, yet to be discovered.